Gordon the Express engine holds the record for the fastest express journey of the month. He was on course to beat his own record when suddenly he slowed down to a halt. "What's happening?" asked Gordon. "Your fire has gone out," replied his driver. "It appears the conditions in your boiler are making your fire go out quicker the faster you go." "Bother," groaned Gordon. He crept into Knapford Station. He was hoping the station would be empty, but the station was full of engines, and they all saw Gordon, who was late with the express for the first time in a very long time. Next morning, James put his train into Knapford Station, who was followed by Gordon. "Well, if it isn't the Fast and the Furious!" Gordon said nothing. "Rumors about your case of boiler ache have made its way around the railway, and there won't be any more fast record-setting speeds from you anytime soon." "That's not true!" thundered Gordon. "I'm just taking it easy for now, and once my yearly maintenance checkup for next week is completed, I'll be back to my old self." "Say what you want, Gordon, but you and I both know that your case of boiler ache is going to cause a new engine to emerge as the fastest express journey record setter for the month, and that engine will have a red coat of paint rather than a blue one. The new month may be upon us next week, but don't begin your celebrations too early," warned Gordon, and he moved slowly out of the station with his train. James's words revolved around Gordon's head all day. All Gordon would do is mumble James's words back to him. This made Thomas feel sad for Gordon. "I can't take it anymore, Thomas," said Gordon. "What is it?" asked Thomas, pretending not to know of the situation. "Hey, well, if it isn't Jeff Gordon, the fastest engine on Sodor," mocked James. "That," replied Gordon to Thomas. On the first of the following month, Gordon was sent off for his yearly checkup. This gave James a clear shot of setting this month's record. "I've been waiting for this," he said to himself. "I'll be setting this month's record while also be shattering last month's. Ha! I know I can do it." He was a guaranteed connection for Donald and Douglas's Scottish Express, and they were running behind. This made James angry, as his time was going to be affected. At last, the twins arrived with their train. "Finally," sighed James. However, there were more delays. The doors to one of the coaches would not open with the key the station master had, so he had to run inside to the station to look for a master key. The guaranteed connection on road of the Scottish Express, led by Bertie, left before James. He was scheduled to leave 10 minutes after James left. This made James cross and more impatient. "Hurry! Hurry!" he called, and he let out a couple of whistles. One of the boys waiting to board the train had a whistle, and he whistled back to James. James thought this was the station master's all-clear whistle, and he booked it out of the station like a race car to make up for lost time. To make matters worse, he wasn't even coupled to the train. James whizzed around Sodor. "I'm going so fast. And this train is so light. At last, I've made it. I've taken a late train and got it to the station earlier than scheduled. Gordon could never do that." "What train?" Thomas asked cheekily. "Aren't you blind? I've just beat the record for last month's express journey and therefore set the record for this month's. You would if you had an express train coupled behind you." James was confused until Duck pulled into the station with his train. "You bolted out of the station without your train," explained Duck. "They had to call me to take it, and Sir Topham Hatt is so pleased with my work, he'd like for me to take it again, and have you do work in the yard until further notice." James was most embarrassed. After the events of the day, James retreated to the sheds to hide away from the embarrassment he caused himself. "Well, if it isn't James, the forgetful engine," teased Thomas, as James joined him at the shed. "Have you ever heard of karma?" questioned Thomas. James said nothing. The driver was telling me that karma is this universal phenomena where if you do something good, you'd get rewarded for it, and if you do something bad, well, I don't think I need to explain the rest. I'm sure you already experienced a bad case of karma today. "Shut up, Thomas! I don't want to talk about it," snapped James. Thomas laughed. He couldn't wait for Gordon to come back to see this. I'm sure James learned a lesson about karma today. Don't you?